हेलो दोस्तों, कैसे हो आप लोग सभी। स्वागत है एक बार फिर एक और ब्रांड न्यू वीडियो में। आज के इस वीडियो में अपन सीखने वाले हैं ट्रेलो क्लोन यूजिंग रिएक्ट जेएस एंड टेलविंड सीएसएस। दोस्तों, ये जो ट्रेलो है, ये जो एक टास्क मैनेजमेंट का वेबसाइट है, टूल है, इसका आज अपन क्लोन बनाने वाले हैं रिएक्ट में। दोस्तों, रिएक्ट प्लस रिडक्स। ओके, रिएक्ट प्लस रिडक्स, इसमें राउटिंग का कहीं यूज हुआ नहीं तो वो अपन नहीं करेंगे यूज। और राउटिंग का यूज अपन ने किया था प्रीवियस क्लोन में, जो था यूट्यूब का क्लोन, उसमें अपन ने राउटिंग भी यूज किया था। इसमें अपन राउटिंग यूज नहीं करेंगे, इसमें ओनली रिएक्ट प्लस रिएक्ट रिडक्स दो चीज प्लस टेलविंड सीएसएस तीन चीज यूज करेंगे और इसका अपन क्लोन बनाने वाले हैं। तो क्लोन बनाए उससे पहले मैंने एक पिक्चर ड्रॉ करके रखी है। एग्जैक्टली मुझे क्या क्या कौन से कंपोनेंट बनाने हैं, तो उसका मैंने पिक्चर ड्रॉ करके रखा। ये मैंने एक मेरा स्ट्रक्चर तैयार कर लिया, एक पिक्चर बना। यहाँ से मेरा कंसेप्ट क्लियर है, मेरे को पता है कौन से कितने कंपोनेंट बनाने में, उतने कंपोनेंट पहले बना दूंगा, उसके बाद में मेरा रियल डेवलपमेंट चालू करने वाला हूँ। तो चलिए प्रोजेक्ट को सेटअप कर लेते हैं और अपना एक कंपोनेंट बनाना चालू करते हैं। ट्रेलो क्लोन, npx create react app npm start। ओके, सो अपना प्रोजेक्ट रन हो गया है। अभी अपने इसको क्लीन करते हैं और अपना प्रोजेक्ट सेटअप करते हैं। app.js हेडर कंपोनेंट, इसको मैं यहाँ से कट कर देता हूँ और इसका एक कंपोनेंट ही बना देता हूँ। न्यू फोल्डर components, let's create new file header.js and creating the component using the command refce. Paste the things. Great, so this is our header component. Let's import it. Great. So now let's make it proper. Okay, so now I am creating component as per my image. Okay, so header component I already created. Now I am creating the sidebar component, new file sidebar.js refce sidebar component. Okay, I am importing sidebar component here in app.js. Now let's create right side components, that is our body component. Now let's create filter component. I am importing filter component in my body component. Okay. Now I need to create list component. Okay. Now let's create our card component. I am importing card component in our list component, because you know the card component will always iterate in our list component. So I am importing card component in our list component. Import card. Okay, now I am creating another component that would be the add new card component or add new list component. So I am creating one common component for add new items. Okay, new file, add new. So I created add new component that I need to import in our list component. Okay, so I'm importing here in list component, import add new. Okay, and importing here in our list component. Okay, so let's see if we have created so much component. Let's see it is running or not. Going to app.js. Okay, okay, I need to remove CSS. Okay, so I need to check the header component, app.js header component. In header component I need to add header component. Okay, so this is our header component, this is sidebar, this is our body component, filter component, card component, and add new component. Okay, so I have created all the component. Now I need to design all the component using Tailwind CSS. Okay, so let's apply some CSS. Let's do some Tailwind work. So let's add Tailwind CSS in our project. Here it is, the official documentation of the Tailwind CSS. So let's install Tailwind CSS in our project. I am going to make it production ready app. Okay, so now let's paste all the content in our Tailwind. What I do, I just run this command that install our Tailwind CSS dependency in our project, and npx tailwind init. That command help us to init Tailwind CSS in our project and create one file, tailwind.config.js. In this file we need to paste all the things here. Okay, so that all the content that you are seeing here in. Okay, so and next step would be in our index.css I need to add these 3 lines. Okay, so in index.css I need to put all these 3 lines. Okay, so this is our Tailwind CSS ready. So now apply some classes to check changes. So here in a header I'm adding this classes. So in our header components let's add some classes to check it is working or not Tailwind CSS. Okay, so once you install the Tailwind CSS you need to rerun the project. Okay, so let's rerun the project. Okay, so Tailwind classes works, and so our Tailwind successfully installed in our project and we can use now. So let's add some class p dash control plus space. You can see the suggestion here. This is because I using the one plugin called Tailwind CSS IntelliSense. Okay, so if I type any class and type control space, it give you suggestions. So you don't need to remember all the classes, it give you hints. Okay, so I'm adding the classes. Okay, header component. Let's do same with sidebar component. Width 300 px, and our body component, let's add full width. Okay, so this is our, let's add border to check how our structure is. Okay, this is our body, this is our sidebar. I am adding border temporary. We will remove this border to let you know that clear idea that this is how our component is looking. Okay, so this is our component. Okay, so this is our component created. Now let's apply some more CSS background related things. So BG blue and red. Okay, this background blue. Let's add some background in our sidebar. Okay, so this is our sidebar. Okay, let's increase the height of the sidebar. Okay, sidebar app.css. So our sidebar is ready. Okay, now let's add some spacing in our body component. Okay, great. So we set up our, the component as well. We design it very well. It is, color is not same, but we will add all the beautification further. So let's first do the development, core development in the React. Okay, so this is our this bar is our filter bar, so this component is our filter component. Okay, in our body component we will have filter component. As of now, let's hide filter component and work on the core functionality. Okay, so let's design our list as well. This is our list component, class padding all 3, BG gray. In one line we can have 3 or 4 cards. So width 1/3. Okay, in our body, this is our list component, class name flex. Okay, so this is our list component. In list component we would have our title as well, list title. Okay, this is our list title. This is our card component. Card component will be like, this is our list component, this will our card. Okay, card means the task itself, homework. Okay, so this is our card component, this is our main list component. Okay, so this is our card component, it will be make dynamic. This is our list component, this is our list title, to do, this will be the to do. Okay, this title. As of now, let's add to do. Okay, but it will be the it will be the dynamic as per the user right. Okay, so and add new card, this is our add new card. Okay, so let's go into the add new, make it button, add new. Okay, this is our button. So now when I click on add new, it should open one form. Okay, so let's create that form. For form we need the local data, so local state, so const input val set input val use state. Okay, so in input we need to add value attribute, and in value attribute we need to pass the input val. Okay, and on input change we need to update this input val. Okay, we need to update this input val, so we will update input val using the set input val e dot target dot value. Okay, so this input is now our value. We can now add value in this stick. Okay, so this is our input. Okay, we need to add submit button as well. Save. Okay, on submit update add item. Okay, or submit handler. Okay, this we need to add this function. That's console.log input val. As of now we need to add now Redux in our project. So this is our form. Let's check it is working or not. I'm timing. Gosh, say okay, it is refreshing actually. So for it is refreshing, so we need to, so we can separate this form. Okay, we can update input. Okay, and let's create update input function. Const update input. Okay, okay, I need to add this in our form handler. Sorry, it's my bad. Okay, Prakash, so I am getting this value. Okay, so this input is our dynamic as of now. So now let's add Redux in our project to save this input value. Okay, so let's add Redux. Great. npm I, let's see which library. First off we need to install the React.js toolkit libraries. Okay, so npm I React.js toolkit. Let's copy it and paste here. And second library we will need, that is React Redux. Let's copy it, paste it. So we install the both package, Redux.js toolkit and React Redux. So now let's create our, let's configure our store. Okay, new folder, store. Let's create new file, index.js, and let's import configure store from React Redux.js toolkit. Const store equal to configure store, that will take object and it will take reducer. Okay, that will also take object. So this is our store configuration, and let's export export store, export default store. Okay, now let's create our slice, new file, and the slice would be list.js, list slice.js. Now let's create slice, import create slice. Okay, const list slice equal to create slice, and that will take object that will take first argument as a name list slice, second argument would be initial state, that will be object, and it object their state will hold our list. Okay, and as of now it would be the empty array. Now let's create action that reducer holds our action. So add list. Okay, it will take a state argument and payload. Okay, action. Okay, so state dot, so I will update our state here. So let's, as of now, let's console.log action called and action. Okay, now let's export our action. Okay, export const add list from list slice dot actions. Okay, and now let's export our export default list slice dot reducer. Okay, so this is our slice. We successfully configure our slice, and that slice need to be include here in store. Okay, so import list slice, and let's register here list slice column list slice. Okay, so this is our store. We create successfully slice. So now we need to provide that store in our application. So for providing the store we need to use provider. Okay, so let's import provider. Import provider. Okay, and let's import also store here. Import store. So we need to now provide our store. So for that we need to use provider. Okay, provider, and in here provider I need to pass store equal to store. Okay, so we have assigned our store in our application. So let's check now. Our dev tool, as of now it is showing in gray color, but if it sees Redux in our application, then it will become in green color. So let's refresh, reload. Okay, it converted into green symbol. So let's see our initial state. So we got our list state. Okay, so we successfully configured our Redux. So this is our list slice, and this is our list array. Okay, so now when I type in anything here, and when I click on the save, then this value should be updated into our this list array with the ID. Okay, so let's do it now. Add new. Okay, on click submit handler. Okay, let's import action. Import add list. Okay, also we need to import dispatcher, use dispatch. Okay, great. So now in our submit handler I need to const dispatch equal to use dispatch. Okay, okay, use dispatch. Now dispatch add list. Add list will take object. Okay, so first is our title, so that is our input value. So let's take first one is ID, that is we can as of now add math dot random. Okay, and second where property will take a title. Okay, that is our input value. Okay, so we will going to pass object in our add list. Okay, so in the list slice in the console.action in payload we should get now object, this object. Okay, so let's check it now. Let's refresh it. Gosh, save. Oh, we got some error. Body of the function component. Okay. Let's refresh it. To do. Okay, so we got our payload as a object ID with title to do. Okay, to do. Okay. So we successfully passed our argument in a store. Okay, so now let's add this value in our list state. Okay, so state dot list dot push, and we need to push action dot payload. In the payload we are getting our argument. Okay, so I'm putting payload in our list component. Okay, great. So nice. So let's check our list component. This list component as of now it is empty. When I click on the to do save, this list component should be updated. Okay, so here in list we got our object. Okay, in list array we successfully added our new object. So ID and title to do. If I save anything, homework, if I save it, it should be updated here. So yep, we successfully added our list. Okay, so this list should be printed here as this. As you can see, we have multiple items list. So this list we need to iterate over the list here. Okay, so in the list component we need to access our Redux list. Okay, so let's import use selector. Using the use selector we will access our store list. Okay, const list item equal to use selector. This is our store dot list slice dot list. Okay, list slice dot list. Okay, so let's check what we are getting here in our list item. So this is our, so we using the use selector we can access our store from the Redux. So I access the store using the use selector. In the store I access only the list. If I don't subscribe to this particular store, then the whole store would be rendered here. So I subscribed at list item. So in the store it will find list slice. In list slice it will find list array. So it will return only the list array, not the whole store. Okay, so that's why I did this way. I mean access the inner state. Okay, so now as of now let's hide this card and iterate over this. Let's create another div and let's add fragmentation. Let's format it. Okay, list item dot length, then I need to iterate over list item. Okay, list item dot map list. Okay, list item, let's check. to do. Okay, so okay, we need to pass the key as well. Key equal to list.id. okay, and here we can print, we can show list.title. okay, to do, we can now add, let's add home work. So this is our another list. okay, great. Great. So this title also we can remove. Okay. First time we will get only empty. This form should be clicked when we click on the add new. okay, so let's do it. Form const form, we need to create one local state. Is form visible? Set is form visible. By default it would be false. okay, is form visible? okay, so our form is hidden. When we click on add new, then it form should be show. okay, so in open form method we should update our, we need to update our set is form visible. Set is form visible equal to true. okay, so when we click on it should be so. okay, so great. And we can add cancel button here as well. Cancel. Hide form. Let's copy it. okay, so when we click cancel, it hide, and when we click add new, it show cancel, it hide. okay, let's apply some Tailwind CSS. Margin right 3. okay, BG blue. okay, PX 3 PY 2. Great. So this is our form. Okay. By default only this button will be shown. can only button will be visible. When we click on add new, the form will be so. When we create new our list like to-do list, okay, so click on the save, the to-do list will be created here. In this to-do list we can have multiple cards this way. This is our main to-do list, and in to-do list we can have multiple cards like homework, assignment, okay. So we can create multiple card in our list as well. So we need to do this exercise, okay. We created our list. Let's do some style. Okay. Okay, so let's create card. To do, save, created our to do list. Homework, save, work to save. Let's clean this input when we click on the save. Okay, so let's go into our add new. On the submit handler, remove this console.log and set input val equal to empty. Okay, now we input box is getting clear. Okay, and we successfully created our list. This is our list: to do, doing, done. So this is our list. Okay, to do, homework, homework to. In this list we can have multiple cards. You can see this card. Okay, homework, assignment. So now we will create our card in the list. Here it also we will have the add new button, and in add new when we click on add new, it should be create our card in our this list. Okay, so let's build it now. Quickly build it. the list, list name is to do, so to do. Okay, save. So this is our list. In this list now we can have card, like we can add new card like home work. Okay, so now let's add a card component in our to. So when you have a list, so in the list you will have a add to card button. That button will add your card, new card. Here as you can see that we have multiple cards in to do. So if you don't have card, then it will so add a card. If any item does not have card, then there will be a button add to card. So in our list, in to do list, we don't have any card, this card, so we will need to add to card button here in this list. So let's add a card button. So let's add a card button in our list. So this is our list. Let's add new. Okay, add a card. Okay, so when I type anything in the input, then the new card should be created, not the new item, not the new list. This component will create new list. So this component is common for the add new list or add new card. So let's pass some props to separate the logic. So I type card. Okay, type card. In the add new, I need to get props. Type let's check what we are getting in the type. Okay, console.log type card. Okay, so we are getting card in this component. Okay, we are getting card. Okay, we are getting type as a card. So in the submit handler we need to check if type, then we need to add a card, otherwise else we need to add list. Okay, so let's add to card action, add a card action. Okay, we have add a list action already, so now let's add a card action. So in our list slice, let's add card action. Okay, that will take state and action. Okay, so in the add a card action, let's import that action here as well. Add card. Okay, add card, and if condition dispatch add card. In add card we need to pass object with id, that will be again the math dot random. Okay, title is equal to input where. Okay, and we need to pass one additional property in object, that will be the parent id. Okay, that id we need to pass it from the list. Okay, this is our id, so let's pass this id as well. Okay, parent id. So we need to pass parent id here in the add card action. Okay, so based on this parent id we need to add this card according to the card will be add only this list, so we need to pass the whole list id in the card. So we need to update only this list. The card should be updated according to the list, not it should not be, card should not be added in the other list. So we need to pass this main list id. Okay, so this is our parent id. Great, so we passed add a card action with the object with additional argument with the parent id. So let's check in our slice add a card what we are getting in console.log action. Okay, let's first add a list to do. Okay, save, it is working proper. Now let's add card in to do. So my card is home work. Okay, let's add this, let's save. Yep, in action in the payload I am getting id, parent id and title. Great. So now in the state I need to check here in the add a card action. In the add card action we will have to update that list in this card. Okay, so we need to first find the parent list id. Okay, and then we need to add the child card. Okay, so state dot list dot for each item dot if item dot id equal to action dot payload dot parent id. Okay, if true then we need to check if item has children property or not. In the list we will this list is array of object. Okay, in the object, in the, as you can see here, this list is array of object. Okay, array of object. In the object we need to check if a object has a children property, then we need to push the card, otherwise we need to create children property and then push the card. Okay, so let's do that. So item, if item dot has one okay, object dot has one item and we need to pass children. If has one, if already has a property of children, then we need to push in the children array. Okay, again the children will be the array of object. Okay, so item dot children dot push action dot payload. Okay, great. Else we need to create new property. Okay, item dot children equal to array. Okay, and item dot children dot push action dot payload. Okay, so what I did, I check in the whole array of object our parent id. Okay, it fine, then we check the item has a children property. If has, then we need to push the children in that children property, otherwise we need to create one children array of object in the list and then we need to push our card. Okay, So let's check. We already wrote so much code, so let's check in browser it is working or not. Okay, let's add first list. Okay, to do, save. Let's create some another list, another list, doing. Okay, in the to do list I am adding one card, so the card is the home work. Okay, so I am saving. So action called, let's check our Redux store, what is happening here. Okay, great. So in our list, in the to do list, there is a children array of another array of objects. In the children I added one card, so that here you can see that in the main list we have a to do item. This is our to do item. Okay, in the to do item it has another children array of object where I post my card, so it is homework. So let's add one another card, that is the game. Okay, so let's save. I saved it, and let's check in our store. Okay, so in children I have another object, that is the game. Okay, so in Redux our card is adding successfully. Let's add card to in doing list. Okay, so doing is study. Let's save it. Let's check our store. In list, in the to do we have a two, homework and game. In the doing we should have a study. Yes, we already study in the doing list. Okay, so we successfully added card in our list. So let's print that card in our list. So first go into our list component. Okay, and using the use selector I am accessing our okay, I already have access of our list item. So let's, so if I already iterate over our list item, list if list dot children, list dot children dot length greater than 0, then I need to iterate over this add a, then I need to iterate over our card. Okay, so if list dot children dot length greater than 0, then I need to iterate over card. Okay, so in the card I have to pass the props. Okay, so in card let's pass our card info. Okay, in card info. Okay, in card info we are passing list dot children. Okay, great. So okay, I am doing wrong here. So what I have to do is I have to map over the list dot children. Okay, so list dot children dot map. Okay, and children, and here I have to return our card. Okay, okay, great. So card info equal to only children. Okay, great. Key equal to children dot id. Okay, great. So we passed our children info in our card. Okay, so card info, in our card component I have to access our props using a card info, and here I need to print our card info dot title. Okay, great. So homework, game, I got 2 card here. In doing, I have 1 card study. Okay, so let's do some styling. Class name bg white, padding all 3. Okay, all 2, margin top 2. Great. So let's refresh and do it once again. So this is our, I'm removing it. So this is our empty list. Okay, so let's create first list. Add new, enter list name, to do. Okay, I created list. Oh, something went wrong. Length, reading length. Okay, in our list component, I need to add chaining operation. Okay, if children, then I need to check length. Okay, refresh it, add new list, to do. Okay, let's save it. What's going wrong here? Undefined propagating length in list 14. List 14. Okay, refresh it, add to do. Okay, let's save it. Okay, so this is our to-do list. Let's add one another list, doing. Okay, save it. Let's one another list, done. Okay, let's save it. So we have 3 lists: to do, doing, and done. In the list we have to add card. We have to add, like, this is our 3 lists: to do, doing, and done. In the to do, I need to add card. Okay, so let's add card. Okay, so the card is homework. Save it. I got new card homework in to do, but the form is still open, so I need to close this form. Okay, when we click on the save, let's do it. Add new, submit. We need to call this hide form. Okay, to do, save, add new, homework, save. Okay, so our homework card is here, so let's add homework here, add card. Okay, it is not closing actually, but we close, that is not any problem. I guess it is looking good. So homework is homework here. This is our to-do list. In the to-do list we have homework card. In the to-do list we have homework card. Great, let's add one another list, that is the doing. Okay, save it. In doing, I'm adding one card, that is study. I'm doing study, save it. Okay, I have a card in the doing. I have card of study in the doing list. I have card of homework in to list. Let's add one another list, done. Save it, add card, game, save it. So yep, we successfully created list. We successfully created card listing in our each list. Okay, so let's do some Tailwind CSS work to make it look more proper. In our list component, add new, let's add class name, margin top 3. Okay, great. So still it has a lot of work to do, but the core functionality that need to be done, that is our, like, create the list. In the each list we should have all the cards. So in each list we have multiple cards: homework, study, done, game. Okay, so we have list, we have each list have multiple, can have multiple cards. Okay, so I'm adding one another card: homework, gym, let's add one another card, study, save it. Okay, so we have a multiple card in our to do. In the card, let's go into card, add some shadow, md, Okay, let's do some rounded corner, rounded MD. Great. In the list component, this is our list title. Let's add some CSS margin bottom 2, bottom 3. Okay, yep. So okay, we can have a like separate. When we click on add new, it should be card. Okay, and when we click on the list, it should be enter list, but here it should be enter a card name. And it is showing list name where we are adding card, so here it should be the card name. Okay, so let's do that. In our add new component, type. Okay, this is our save, this is our placeholder. Okay, so I'm making placeholder dynamic. If type, then enter card name, otherwise enter list name. Okay, so when I click on this, it should showing enter card name. When I click on the add new list, it is showing enter list name. Great. So this is also done. Let's refresh it. To do add new list, doing, save. Okay, we have two list. Let's add some cards in the list. Homework, save, add new, game, save, add new, study, save. Okay, so we have added card in the to do. Add new, here we should show card. Okay, add another list, add a card. We are showing add new. This is quite confusing, so let's do that as well. Add new, if type equal to card, then add another list, add a card. So add plus add is our common, and if type, then add a card. Okay, otherwise add another list. Okay, so our button text is also dynamic. So here it's showing add a card, and when we are adding list, there is showing add another list, enter list name. If you are adding a card, here it will showing add a card and enter a card name. So the card is doing what I am doing a study. Okay, so let's save it. It is study. Okay, so this is what we created. We created list. We can have multiple list, and we can have each list have unlimited card. Okay, so the core basically the core functionality of the Trello we have completed. Still we can have lot of feature according to Trello, but this is what I was supposed to do in this clone. So if you like it, if you enjoy it, then please like the video and subscribe our channel. Let's meet in our next clone. If you have any idea on which tools we should make clone, then please share. Feel free to share and comment down that what should be the next clone. So I will pick one of your favorite clone tutorial and will make video on that. Otherwise I will pick according to my research. So in this video that's it. So let's meet in next video. Thank you guys.